Hi guys, today is our story, Hurray for Hoppy. Sorry I couldn't read it to you in person, but this is pretty good too. Hoppy woke up bright and early. He wiggled his nose and sniffed the air. Perhaps today's the day, he thought. But as he hopped to the top of his hole, he saw that the world was covered in snow. Too cold, he said, and he hopped back to bed. Ooh, it's cold out today. The next morning, when Hoppy hopped to the top of his hole, his nose felt cold and the grass felt crunchy. Too icy, he said, and he hopped back to bed. Ooh. A few days later, Hoppy woke up much earlier than usual. Perhaps today's the day, he thought. Hoppy twitched his nose. The air smelled fresh. Perhaps today really is the day that spring arrives. So Hoppy hopped down the hill to see if it was here. What do you think? Look at those trees. Do you see the wind blowing them? And the blooms on the tree? Maybe it's spring. Hooray, said Hoppy as he heard the birds chirping. Can you hear them? Tweet, 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 tweet. It sounds like spring has sprung. Hooray, said Hoppy as he sniffed the pretty flowers. It smells like spring has sprung. Hooray, said Hoppy as he watched the lambs in the meadow. Can you see the lambs in the meadow? It looks like spring has sprung. There's the lambs. I see the lambs. Hooray, said Hoppy as he nibbled the fresh green grass. It tastes like spring has sprung. Can you taste the spring grass? There goes Vince with the pizza. Hip, hip, hooray, said Hoppy as his feet touched the warm ground. It even feels like spring has sprung. Can you touch the ground with your toes or your fingers? Today really is the day, thought Hoppy. He couldn't wait to see his friends. But when he reached the top of the hill, nobody was there. So he thumped his back feet as hard and loud as he possibly could. Can you do that? Can you thump your feet on the ground really loud? Do you hear my thumping? It worked! All of Hoppy's friends came out for spring. Hooray! Shouted all the rabbits as Hoppy hopped in the air. Spring has definitely the most wonderful spring has sprung. This book was all about your seasons, your senses. Hearing, can you hear it with your ears? Smelling, can you smell it with your nose? Sight, can you see it with your eyes? Taste, can you taste it with your tongue? And touch, can you touch it with your fingers or touch it with your toes? Thanks for reading with me today. Hope to see you soon. This book was Hoppy, Hooray for Hoppy by Tim Hopgood. See you tomorrow.